Hello guys, this is the Island Boy Travels, and I'm gonna give my opinion on a certain thing that happened. Because remember, recently I talked about how a travel agent left some people at the cruise port, right? Well, she's done it again, unfortunately. But this time she left more people in Costa Rica. And there's a little bit more to it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm just gonna start this video. This is the Ship Life, and he's a pretty good channel, so I recommend going and watching his content if you want to. This video, if you want to watch the full thing, because I'm not gonna go through the whole video, but if you want to watch the full thing, it should be in the description below. So without further ado, let's go. I actually forgot to mute my microphone, so here we go.
As well.
The wild stories of Minnesota travel agent Monica Faulkner continue. In March, travelers who booked a cruise with her were left stranded on the dock in Miami, even though that they had paid.
Now a group arrived in Costa Rica not knowing they had no accommodations. Fox 9's Karen Scullin has the very latest on this unbelievable story.
Now, just before we go on, I want to point this out. Guys, I'm not blaming the customers. I cannot stress this enough. I am not blaming the customers. But whenever you book through a travel agent, always remember, you should get a confirmation number from the travel agent. When I book travel for people, usually they'll get confirmation numbers. So, guys, make sure you got more than just a receipt from the travel agent. I'm, once again, not blaming the customers. Always make sure, and you do that by taking the confirmation number, going to the website of the hotel or whatever it is the travel agent booked for you, and making sure you have a room. This is actually going to come up later, and I'll talk about it when it does. But for now, let's continue.
When they landed in Costa Rica, 71 travelers had no place to stay. Although the group had paid in full, Minnesota travel agent Monica Faulkner had not actually paid for the accommodations. Local property managers helped out by scattering the travelers in various houses and condos.
Before we get to that woman, I just want to point out that's just definitely God's blessing, because like to hear that the local property managers actually helped out, greatness, because these are a bunch of stranded tourists. So definitely God's blessing that they helped them out.
Just was like, don't say anything to any of these people.
Travelers had to stay with people they didn't know in various locations, with promises by Monica to pay the owners in 2 days. But she didn't show up.
Then we heard that she might have been abducted. Then we heard that she was at the hospital. Then we heard that, all this stuff.
On Wednesday, they were told to meet her once again for payment.
PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, none of that was going through. And the other people that she owes money, $3,051, they came up. They were like, you got to pay us too. He sent her an invoice on PayPal. And then that's when she started acting like she was going to pass out.
In came the stretcher, and off Monica was to get treated.
I just want to point this out, and I'm going to reiterate this later when I say my overall, I'm not going to say analysis, but thoughts on this. This may not be fake. She may have literally had a panic attack or something right there. So I'm just pointing this out right now, and I'm going to talk more about it later.
Meanwhile, others who were put into the fancy houses and condos were getting kicked out for non-payment. Some flew home, some travelers paid extra to stay.
Kind of bang your head, you're like, who does this? Well, Monica does it.
It appears she does. I'm told by some travelers set to vacation in Aruba, their trip was suddenly canceled 2 weeks before departure, after they called the hotel to find out they were not booked.
I just want to point this out about this. This is a little different. Now, this is not as bad. I just want to point that out because she actually let people know. Apparently she didn't let everyone know, but she let many people know that the trip was canceled. But I do want to point something else out as well. Those people, notice they realized they weren't booked. How? Because they checked. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Before you get on that plane, and I'm not saying at the airport, at least a week before, make sure your hotel is booked. Whenever you book on any of these type of trips, make sure that hotel is booked. So it was good that some of these people checked, and it's good also that she at least finally told them it was canceled. I hope that she would have told them anyway, even if people didn't check. At least this group seems to have avoided the whole getting either left somewhere you don't want to be left, or actually traveling on the plane and stuff. At least this group seems to know that their trip for May is canceled. At least most of them, hopefully, God willing.
even though they had paid Monica at least $2,500 each for a room. They were told there was about 200 in the group.
Gave him the name of everybody in my party. He said no one is on have a room under their name. And I'm like, that's crazy because we didn't gave this lady a total of $5,600.
This past Sunday, Monica called at least some of the traveling party saying the trip was canceled. Others just stopped getting communication.
Well, Roshonda, I just told my friends to just cancel. I said, well, you just can't say that to everybody because we bought flights. Our flights are non-refundable. Like,
before I go on, I just want to point that out. Whenever you're going on a group trip, especially like, an event group trip, not just like maybe when you're going on a family reunion trip or something like that, but in general, whenever you're going on like some of these group trips, my advice would be to buy travel insurance. Because with more people, I just think there's more likelihood of something happening, like cancellation or something like that. With more people, I just think that. So whenever you're going on like a group trip like this, I just think it's better to buy travel insurance. So just giving my advice there.
Like, what's going on? Because Monica's number was going straight to voicemail. She wasn't responding back to Messenger.
Many had booked for Mother's Day or birthdays, leaving them devastated both emotionally and financially.
you on here with a profile like you this awesome professional and you stealing people money. That's not okay.
Now, just this afternoon, Costa Rica property owner Jennifer Little, who I interviewed, did get all but $125 back of what she was owed. However, others in Costa Rica, she tells me, are still owed thousands and thousands of dollars. As for the Aruba travelers, they have yet to receive any money back. And as for those cruise passengers, some got some money back, others are still waiting.
So there you.
All right. So I'm just going to give my thoughts on this. Like I said, I'm not going to watch the whole video, so you guys can go and watch the video if you want to. Link should be in the description below. But here's the thing. After looking at all this, looking at the cruise in March, looking at the people getting stranded, I think, this month, looking at the Aruba trip being canceled in May, and the fact that she gave some people their money back and some people not, I think this is what happened. And I'm not going to say she scammed them because I don't think she did. This is what I think happened. I think she saw dollar bills in a sense, and not in the scamming sense. I think because it looks like she planned 3 group trips in 3 months. Not that she planned them in 3 months, but that they were supposed to happen 1 month right after the other. The cruise in March, the trip to Costa Rica in April, and the trip to Aruba in May. So I think she just bit off more than she could chew. I think because that's about, if we believe these numbers, like around 200 people in Aruba, over 200 for the cruise, around 70 people for the Costa Rican trip. It would appear that that's around 500 people she had to manage these group trips for, that were going to happen 1 month right after the other. And she had to be on these group trips herself, it would seem like. So I think she just bit off more than she could chew. And she was, when these things happen, cancellations and all this stuff, she just wasn't able to handle it. Maybe she just put too much of a workload on herself. And perhaps that panic attack or whatever it was when she fainted or whatever, perhaps that was genuine. Perhaps she just overstressed herself, because looking at all the evidence, it doesn't seem like a scam. Because listen, I've only been doing this since, I believe, like October of last year. And if I was able to book for around 500 people within 3 months' time, you got to look at the money. The commission on that is going to be tremendous. Let's just face it. But at the same time, you got to be able to handle it, because it's not just booking everybody. It's managing everybody. And then you got to be on the trip yourself. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think this woman just overbooked herself. She literally just had 3 group trips in 3 months, and I think she just couldn't handle it. Like, that's a lot of people to handle in a short amount of time. I don't think she was trying to scam anybody. One of the biggest evidence against that is the fact that she actually went on the trips herself. But what do you guys think happened? Do you guys think that it was a scam? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And may God bless you all.